Hey Frugivore, welcome back to the Frugivore Diet channel. So today's video, we are going to do a reaction to TikTok, what I eat in a day with a calorie deficit. And I'm going to talk about why I don't support this calorie deficit. I've talked about it many times, but I will speak about it again. All right, so we're going to get quickly into this video. If you want to see more of these videos, make sure you vote on it and leave a comment. Take a moment to leave a comment if you want me to do these daily videos. Vote on it, whether it's up or down. That's okay. You can do either one. Just do something if you want to see more of these videos. All right, let's get into it right now. Okay, Frugivore, here we are on the what I eat in a day with a calorie deficit end of TikTok. And you know how I feel about this forced calorie restriction. It doesn't work, okay? It doesn't work long-term for weight loss or for your health, okay? Because your brain is infinitely wise. When it tells you to eat, you need nutrition. So if you actually say, no, I am not going to feed you when you need the nutrition, then you are going to experience issues long term. And see, the brain and the body tries to protect you from developing deficiencies by, bringing on these binges and these cheat days. That's why you're doing it, because the brain's like, hang on a second, we're not getting enough nutrition. And ultimately, we're going to develop deficiencies and die. That's basically the survival instinct kicking in. So you need to make that, very clear in your mind. If you are restricting even like a couple of hundred calories, it won't work long term because you're going to have this bounce back. The brain is going to fight you and push you to binge, and that's what happens. And people just gain the weight back. There's even studies confirming this. It doesn't work. So what you have to do is change the source of your calories, not how many you're having. Change the source, and that will all work itself out naturally with the high fiber, high carbohydrate, high water content foods that I recommend, like a fruit-based diet. All right, so I've talked enough, but you know how I feel. Just don't force this calorie deficit. It does not work. Okay.
17 pounds down. I'm going to show you guys what I eat in a day in a calorie deficit.
Okay, so that is her fridge. And she's 17 pounds down doing what she's going to show us today. So that's a sad fridge for me. That is a very sad fridge. I'm struggling to see anything fresh, maybe some garlic, but that's not going to give you a lot of nutrition, obviously. Coke Zero, I think it is. This fridge is not looking too lively, is it? There's not a lot of life going on here, not a lot of energy or vibrancy.
Breakfast, I made these Kodiak cakes, which I personally love.
Wow. The marketing is just insane these days. I just cannot... Like, look, when I was young, sure, there was marketing and packaging and stuff like that, but it's just like a whole new level here. It's just very, very manipulative and very targeted. And what is this? Kodiak cakes, 14 grams of protein, power cakes, flapjack, waffle mix, 100% whole grains. Okay, sure. Buttermilk. Yeah, it's just... I know I sound jaded, and I am, because I've just seen so much of this just rubbish being pushed on my fellow human frugivores.
They have 14 grams of protein, and you just combine equal parts.
So it's got 14 grams of protein for a half a cup, 53 grams. That's just ridiculous. That's a lot. And look at the sodium. The sodium is so high because they taste like crap without salt. It's just like, blah. It's just like no flavor. The flavor's been cooked out completely, and it's essentially not human food. Okay, we've talked about this before. Obviously, the whole process thing is, this is just so far from what you're actually meant to eat as a high water content being. But this whack of sodium first thing in the morning to break your fast is just no. It's a nightmare. And half a cup, I'd be eating probably like 5 cups of this, and then that would get me, I would be having something like over a gram of sodium. And you can see how that is completely unhealthy. Sure, it's got some carbohydrates, but it's not enough. And it's got this big whack of protein, fortified, that sort of thing. Is it fortified? Probably. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, these things are just so entirely processed. Like, where is the vitamin C, right?
Mix and water. I love to make little mini pancakes, and I put chocolate.
Okay, so if you want to make pancakes, look, I have an oat recipe in my Raw Till Fall book that is going to be much better than this, but don't have it first thing in the morning. Don't have it to break your fast. You need water-rich fruit. That's what you need. I will not take any excuses for anyone I see on social media not having fruit first thing in the morning. There's no excuse, okay? There is no excuse. Get the fruit in. You are a frugivore. Stop having this overly processed, dry stuff first thing in the morning, especially the high protein, right? And it's got buttermilk in it. It's the cruel pancakes. It's just wrong.
chips instead of using syrup. I also added some chicken sausage to the side.
Chicken sausage. Well, you know what that looks like, don't you? I don't have to say what that looks like. It looks like a dry torpedo on your plate. There is not like, why would you want to put that in your body? Like, I'm guilty of this in the past, okay? When I didn't have a clue, when I was clueless, yes. But seriously, it's 2021. You need to educate yourself. You're having dead bird, dry torpedoes. They look like, and you think you're going to get healthy and be lean long term. It's not going to happen, sister, okay? And yeah, you can see here, where's the fresh, where's the vitamin C? It's a deficient breakfast for the frugivore. It's deficient in glucose, fructose, vitamin C, just to name a few, okay? And a lot more, because a lot of the vitamins are destroyed with heat, or if they're connected with oil as well, they are destroyed. A lot of them are heat sensitive, and we don't know. Science doesn't know the spectrum of vitamins in whole foods, so remember that.
And so I got about 25 grams of protein.
Okay, so 350 calories, it's not enough, especially for her at this point, and it's too much protein. Sister, you need fresh food. You need fresh food. It's so important for the human frugivore. The vitamin C is so important, but not only the vitamin C, all the vitamins that we don't even know about, that are destroyed during the heating process and contact with oils and all that sort of stuff. But I recommend Raw Till 4, of course. The Raw Till 4 lifestyle. This is the one that's going to get you lean. I have achieved this over the course of years. No dieting, no extreme exercise, no calorie restriction, and the Raw Till 4 lifestyle is a great one, or the Frugivore diet. So the link to the ebook is in the description below, or you can get all my books for a very reasonable price with a good discount, or you can go on Amazon and get the physical books, but the ebooks are available right now for download. Check them out. The link is in the description below. Stop eating so much protein and restricting calories unnecessarily. Just change the source of your food.
This breakfast. Just bought these 45-calorie Rice Krispie treats, which really satisfy my sweet tooth.
Okay, so she's got the fake fruit in here. Can you see the human frugivore? The brain will push you towards sweet. Like, it will find a way to get you to that fake fruit, or to get that glucose, fructose here. It will find a way every time. Mark my words. And here is an example of that. And obviously that's not enough. 45 calories. It's just basically eating sugary air. She needs obviously fruit at this point.
Lunch, I had a bologna sandwich, which always reminds me of my
she's about to say it always reminds me of my childhood. I'm thinking, that's sad. This is a sad meal. Okay, so obviously there is an animal on there that wanted to live, that had their own purpose in life. Hey, they are born for their own purpose, and it's not to be on our plate in between two slices of bird food, essentially.
Childhood, and some sour cream and onion pop chips. Also, this is my cat Moo, who loves to just eat everything I'm eating.
Of course, because you're basically eating cat food. So maybe not the grains and the bread, okay, but you are basically eating cat food when it comes to the flesh content.
Cutest.
Carnivore.
Dinner, it was HelloFresh night, which is my favorite.
The cat's actually a carnivore. So HelloFresh. So this is some purchased meal thing, turkey meatball flatbreads.
Night, I made these turkey meatball flatbreads.
No.
Here they are in the oven.
This is so totally unnecessary to eat turkeys. Please start considering them as actual. I mean, I know a lot of you are. I'm not really talking to, obviously I'm not talking to those of you who are vegan, who get it and everything, but those of you who are eating these beautiful birds, like thinking it's going to get you slimmer and give you a whole lot of protein that is going to help your health. It's not. It's not. You need to wake up. It's 2021. Get with the program. Leave them alone. Let them just go and live their life, and you can be healthy and you can be slim and fit. And so I'm sorry. It just frustrates me when there's so much evidence out there for these individuals. There's so much out there about veganism, and they're still eating these poor turkeys. You can do a plant-based version of this so easy.
No, I love me some Coke Zero, so I always have one with my dinner.
Okay, so she always has one with her dinner because, again, the frugivore is trying to get that sweetness, trying so hard to get the sweetness, and the brain is like, okay, what do I have in my environment that I can maybe derive some glucose and fructose from? Boom, there we go. We have some soft drink, okay, which we know has fructose in it. All right, an artificial sweetener, which tricks the brain. Okay, it tricks the brain into thinking that sugar is coming in, and then we get to the small intestine when the sugar is mostly absorbed, and then there is a message sent back to the brain, hey, there's no sugar here, it's just artificial sweetener. And then the brain is like, okay, we need more sugar. Like, it's just trying to trick the brain, and you can't do it. You're just going to binge out anyway. So some fake liquid fruit. So she's got some isolated fructose molecule in it to try and get some fruit sugar.
Here are how the flatbreads turned out, and also my mom, who is just...
That's really like sad that your mom isn't more educated at this point, and she's just like enabling you and eating this with you.
Cutest. Couldn't even finish this whole thing because it was so filling, by the way.
Okay, so filling, by the way. All right. Well, when it comes to calories, it seems like it was like 1,400 or less. And even the USDA, it's not like coming from me. It's even the USDA says that a female of around her age needs about 2,400 calories. 2,400 calories, a healthy, active female, and she's having like 1,000 less than she really should. I mean, that's kind of like a minimum, you should be like, if you have more weight, you got to get more, that varies, of course, but don't go beneath it, not regularly. Sure, some days you might, some days you will, whatever, but just regularly, if you do that, it's not going to be healthy. You can create nutritional deficiencies, and you're not going to be satisfied. You're just going to binge out and gain the weight back.
And then for dessert, I made this Cool Whip ice cream.
Okay, so she made whole whip ice cream. So again, here is the fake fruit. She didn't get enough carbohydrates.
If you want the recipe, let me know. 17 pounds.
So that's not the way to do it. Obviously, that is not the way to do it. It's going to leave her with this calorie deficit. Obviously, I said it was around 1,000 calories, and the brain will just make it up in binges. And she'll be on this merry-go-round forever, like so many people are. And it's heartbreaking to be stuck in this cycle, isn't it? It is absolutely heartbreaking. Anyway, I mean, that's the only one that I'm going to comment on today, because I want this to be a quick one, because I've got to get out there and do more on the food forest, because I have been dedicating a lot of time to these videos, but I want to keep up the daily videos. So, all right, let us know in the comments below what you want to see next. And I have a list of videos to do, that is for sure. So stay tuned, and don't forget to go fruit yourself. Don't force a calorie deficit on yourself and restrict yourself of nutrition when your brain is asking for it. Just choose the right foods, and that is fruit-based all the way. Plant foods first, and then fruit-based. All right, don't forget to go fruit yourself.